Referee Harvey Dock. That's right, referee Harvey Dock, of course, on Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia beat the snot out of Devin Haney. Of course, he would test positive for Flintstone vitamins later, and they would change the fight to a no decision. But the bottom line is the fight took place, and Devin Haney was down not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 times in the 7th round alone. Straight up. Barry Rabbits is in the house. Of course, the British boxing here. We're honored with his presence. And Barry, I got to put you on the spot. Heavyweights are happening. No doubt about that. Of course, I think Fabio Wardley's like the guy, the unsung hero. And people say to me, "Who? Talk to me about him."
Yeah, he's tough as nails. I like Fabio. He's going to, yeah. I think Dubois, we might see him quit again in this one. I think because Fabio's got no quit in him at all. And it's going to be a rough fight. It's going to be a short
I
fight
think he
too.
drills Dubois. I think Tommy D and I are of the opinion that he just drills Dubois. He just flat out drills him. In other words, he hits hard. He hits hard in combination.
Yeah.
I mean, boom, bam.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, it isn't like boom, 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 like boom, bam. I mean, he has explosive power.
Dubois is going to be dangerous early, though. I can see Dubois coming out fast. So it's going to be wild. I don't think he's going to go past the halfway mark.
Oh,
That's
well,
for sure.
speaking of, all right, I'm talking about heavyweights and battles taking place in the UK. You're a former guy, Deontay Wilder, the bronze bomber, 2008 Olympic bronze medalist. Of course, come to us out of Mobile, Alabama, something like the hot boxing hotbed that it is. Of course, the last time I saw him, I think he got drilled by the Chinese guy, Double Z Zil Zhang or something like that, and Zhang just destroyed him.
Yeah.
Now he wants to come back and. He wants to go out on his shield. He went out on his shield already. What does he want?
Yeah.
Why? I mean, the guy's got more money than a sucker can ever spend. Am I right?
He should have at this point. Yeah.
I mean, he's made over $100 million.
10 defenses and
Yeah, I mean, he's made over
the
$100
Fury
million bucks.
fights.
Even if you save 10% of that. But he did say that his wife left him. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
He
No,
goes,
no.
yeah, man, I started losing and my wife left me. Yeah, right. Your wife left you after you started losing, but the bottom line is that don't. Even if she took 50% of like $100 million, is a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure. No, he should be set for life if he's
Without a doubt. And of course,
smart.
he wants to come back and fight Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora got anything left?
I think Chisora has, yeah. I think he's probably got more left than Wilder, actually. Yeah, yeah. I don't think Wilder's got his legs left. And he can't, if he can't plant his feet, he can't throw those big shots. So Chisora's going to be all over him.
Was he the most one-dimensional heavyweight of the last 15 years, 20 years?
As champion, probably, yeah. But, I mean, he had that power, didn't he? But he's not like a consistent puncher, though, like a Joshua, where everything he hits you with is hard. He just has the lightning bolt every now and again, you know? A lot of his punches are slaps and kind of off balance. And
Okay, speaking of Anthony Joshua, anything on his radar? No.
I don't think so. He'd be smart to. He's another guy that should probably call it quits at this point, I would think.
No, I thought the Jake Paul thing. Are you kidding? I mean, that was almost orgasmic to me. I mean, it was like that was like a porno. If that was a porno, if that was a porno, if the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight was a porno, there was a happy ending.
It was, and it's a good thing he broke his jaw as well. We haven't heard much from him since, have we?
Well, thank goodness,
So,
man. I mean,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You know what? I would have loved to have knocked his teeth out.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have
Go
been
for
it.
that.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's nice to zip him up for a while.
Doing like Frank the Animal Fletcher. Remember
Yeah,
Frank Fletcher?
I do, yeah. With the
Remember his mother?
The crazy mother? Yeah.
Remember his crazy mother? And didn't Austin Williams last night sort of remind you of Frank the Animal Fletcher a little bit?
Yeah, not as tough, is he? I mean, Frank Fletcher was kind of a crazy guy, wasn't he? But,
Yeah, but Frank Fletcher was in better shape. That guy last night, he was like an asthmatic, Austin Williams. I mean, because he
fighting
would
in
start off
spurts,
fast,
didn't he?
first 30
Yeah.
seconds, and then.
yeah, he did well to survive. Yes, he put up a pretty good fight, really. He was pretty entertaining.
But had he been in good shape, had he been in proper condition, he's one of those guys. I don't think you can convince him that he needs to train himself until he gets beat. You know what I'm saying? Until he gets
Right.
beat over a 12. Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have done that. So maybe next time he will listen to trainers. But then again, he's damaged. 'cause
I
got
think
beat
he
on.
wasted a lot of energy as well. He's so hyped up before the fight that you could see his nervous energy and bouncing around before the start of each round. And yeah.
But boxing needs personalities, even if they're clownish, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it makes it a little more interesting, for sure.
Okay. So back to Wilder and Chisora. How's that going to end?
But I think Chisora's going to jump all over him. So, and I just, like I say, unless Wilder catches him with something solid, and I just don't think he has the legs anymore. So I would say Chisora's going to maul him, I think. We'll see. Probably stop him, but we'll see.
Interesting. You know, I saw a picture of Prince Asim Ahmed last night, and I thought somebody sent me, they sent me this picture of Ahmed, and said he lost some weight. He weighs 280 pounds. How can you weigh
280?
280? That's what
He's
it
only
says.
5'3".
Huh?
He's 5'3".
He's 5'2.5", 5'3". I know.
Yeah.
But listen. Honest to
Wow,
God,
he
and
is
I've said this
big.
before, but he's taller laying down than he is standing up.
Pretty much, I'd say a bit about even.
I mean,
yeah.
he was a 126-pound fighter, 122-pound fighter originally.
Yeah, He started as a flyweight, didn't he? European flyweight
You know,
champion.
I would give him props. So at that one point in time, man, he was really something to watch. He was flashy. He had the attitude. He had an aura about him.
A murderous puncher as well for a featherweight. He used to hurt heavyweights in the gym. I remember
Yeah,
that.
he can crack.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. I mean, he can crack. And of course, it all came to an end against Marco Antonio Barrera.
It did.
And you know what Mills Lane told me that day? Of course, Mills Lane, the famed referee, my former broadcast partner when he passed away. When he had the stroke, he was my broadcast partner for Let's Get It On Boxing on TV. But he told me, he said, you know, he was promoting Naseem Hamed and Barrera. He was a co-promoter with Tony Holden.
Yeah, I went to that fight actually.
So anyway,
yeah.
Let's Get It On promotion, they call it. Anyways, but the bottom line is, he says to me, we're at the weigh-in, right? And he goes, that ain't the same guy. What's Mills talking about? He goes, I'll tell you later. Okay.
Are you talking about Barrera?
Yeah, no, he's talking about Prince Naseem Hamed. That ain't the same guy. And I'm going, what's he talking about? So when he goes, I'll tell you later. I won't tell you now. Okay. So he goes, that ain't the same guy. He goes, he must have been 160 pounds when I saw him on tour. He goes, he was 3, 4, 5 times. You wouldn't believe how big he was compared to now. He looks like he's an ant compared to what he was. I said, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, he must have died making the weight. And then I talked to Emmanuel later, and Emmanuel told me that, yeah, he had to take off like 30 pounds, 35 pounds. When you weigh 126 pounds, shame on you.
Yeah, but he went the distance okay. He didn't look like he gassed out in that fight. He was just outclassed.
Just got bitch slapped the whole way, though.
Yeah,
I mean, did he win any rounds? Probably not.
You know what? It was closer. If you score that fight,
You
it was
think
closer
so?
than. Yeah, I can't remember what I scored it, but it wasn't like a wipeout. It was.
Oh, man.
Like
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
He's cheerleading again. Another.
No, I know it's people think he got beat up, but I don't think he really did. He got
Okay,
his-
well, in that last fight, though, he basically didn't have anything left. I mean,
he was
stick a
interested,
fork in
was
him.
he? Yeah,
Wasn't
I think he was
interested, no.
done. He'd lost interest. Yeah, and he just
All
quit.
that, I don't know if I told you about it, but his brother, I can't remember his brother's name now.
Yeah.
But he and I were somewhat tight, and that's how I got tight with Ahmed, was that his brother told me that they were getting money from each Arab country for the television.
Okay.
And it was like Egypt would give him $3 million, and Lebanon, or I don't know.
Once his family took over, it all went wrong for him.
Yeah.
It was-
So, but the Montives, they pocketed a lot of money, though.
yeah.
They pocketed a lot of money.
Blew
Okay.
his career.
Yeah, without a doubt. But anyway, they were getting like $4 or $5 million from each Arab company, each Arab country that was that he was doing his fights with. He was selling the international fights, right? So one time I was told he made $45 or $50 million on one fight alone from selling international rights in the Middle East. More power to him.
Yeah, I mean, for a featherweight, you're talking back then, the money he was making was crazy. So
And you know, he was fun to be around. I flew to London to watch him fight Vajani Bungu. That was pretty
that was
cool.
a great performance. Yeah.
It was pretty cool. And when he came into the ring, people don't. I try to tell people about this. And I can't describe it to people because they look at me like, huh? Anyway, he came in on a magic carpet. That's the best. Did you see that?
I did.
He
Yeah.
came. I mean, I'm not kidding you, folks.
Yeah.
He came in the arena on a magic carpet. In other words, anything he did in the fight couldn't have outdone the entrance.
Yeah. Well, he came in on a throne against Barrera, didn't he?
Yeah, but
the Mexican
he
fans
got
were
knocked off the throne. But
throwing
the bottom
liquid
line
at
is, when he fought with Johnny Bunga, though, he came in on a magic carpet. I thought that was the coolest ring entrance I had ever seen in my life. Of course, we went to the post-fight party, and Puff Daddy smoking weed there. Puff Daddy smoking weed at the post-fight party, and then
Little
Puff Daddy, and he's standing. I didn't know it was him, but I smelled the weed as I'm walking up to the dressing room. So Puff Daddy's sitting in front of the dressing room door of Hamed's dressing room door, sitting on a stool. Him and some blood dressed just like him. They look like A and B. Two black guys dressed the same, like they were singers in some group or something like that.
Yeah.
So I said to him, so I walked by him and go, hey, security goes, blood, you don't know who I am? I didn't know who he was. Just walk right past us. I could care less. Puff Daddy. Of course, now he's in the Slam.
Yeah, for now.
For a while.
Oh, they're keeping him in.
I don't think he's getting out for a
Oh, no?
while. But
Okay,
no.
okay.
More, but you know what?
Awesome.
Nobody deserves to go to jail more than that guy.
Yeah. No, he's yeah. What can you
These
say about
creeps.
him?
When creepy people deserve to go to jail. You commit crimes. In fact, this week I think they're dogging Cesar Chavez, the head of the Farm Workers Union, because he say he had sex with young girls and all this kind of good stuff. You know, maybe they should go arrest my grandfather, because my grandfather married my grandmother when she was 13, and she had a kid when she was 13. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't say nothing about this back in
Well, I
days.
think it's a bit different getting married, isn't it? I don't think that was the case.
Is that what it is? You got married?
Well, I think it's a different scenario in this
It's just,
case.
it's just, it's just a whole. I just thought it was really. I thought it was different. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, when I started looking at I started figuring things out because I looked at my uncle was born in 2017. Well, my grandmother was born in 1906.
Yeah.
So that doesn't figure that she ain't too old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She's like 12, 13 years old having kids.
No, I hear you.
So
Yeah,
it was different back then. But then again, they're saying that Cesar Chavez had sex with young girls and this kind of stuff. You know, but basically the same stuff the current president's been accused of.
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, it's a lot of these people in power are doing that, aren't they?
Well, you know you know why the Iran war is happening, right? To cover
Kind
up
of a distraction, isn't it? So,
distraction of the Epstein files. Do you think that's
I think
really?
they've destroyed half of them anyway, haven't they?
Do you think
The
it's?
files.
Here's what's up. You can't explain that to people, and you know the Iran war and this kind of stuff. I'll say this: I'm an old guy now, okay? But if this spit would have happened in my era, there would be millions upon millions of people in the street. We would shut this government down. We would shut the world down. We shut the country down. We shut it down. But
Yeah.
they've dumbed down this country to the point where
Everyone's
people
looking
don't,
at their phones now, aren't they?
people don't know. They don't know. I mean, I'm serious, man. We just shut this down because, you know, I don't know if you realize it, but it was the people, the college-educated people of the 1960s that shut down the Vietnam War. Okay?
Yeah.
And then the United States government started realizing, guess what? Maybe this college education ain't the greatest thing because
Yeah,
these
of course
people are
they
too
wanna
smart.
keep people
They
stupid.
started dumbing down
Yeah.
America. I mean, they don't even teach U.S. history in high school anymore.
Yeah, no, I can believe that. Yeah,
You
yeah.
wait a minute. They don't.
This generation know nothing about the
U.S.
past.
history. They don't teach it in this country.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
not a mandatory subject.
No.
when I went to
believe it.
school,
It
it
doesn't surprise
was.
me at all. Yeah. Oh, it should-
Unbelievable, unbelievable. Anyway, straight up, this is Ring Talk Live Worldwide. I'm supposed to be talking boxing. I'll get back to that after break. Of course, this is your inside look at the world of boxing and MMA. Do want to mention the fact June the 11th through the 14th, Tommy D won't be there. The straight Tommy D won't be there. Did you hear about the straight Tommy D and the gay Tommy D?
I didn't know.
All right, so the gay Tommy D there's a guy named Tommy D that does these gay porno movies, right? Well, they served us legal papers saying that we're using Tommy D's name in a bad and demeaning by associating him with the sport of boxing.
Oh,
So in other words, here's a porn guy that does all male movies
always had a bad
saying that we're
reputation,
demeaning boxing by demeaning his name by using him in boxing. Straight up, this is Ring Talk Live Worldwide. If I'm ridiculous, I'm sorry.
With MedGuard Alert, you're never alone. You can connect with medical professionals anywhere, anytime. And now MedGuard is introducing our exclusive new CareWatch. If you need help quickly, use it from anywhere to contact medical professionals. No cell phone required. The CareWatch is not only a life-saving medical alert device, it's a revolutionary health monitoring system that checks your blood pressure, heart rate, oxygen saturation, and much more. And here's the best part. If you have Medicaid, you may qualify to get your CareWatch for free. The CareWatch is only available through MedGuard Alert. Call us right now. We have monitoring programs starting as low as $1 a day. The call is free, activation is free, shipping is free, and no contract is required. Remember, with Medicaid, you may qualify to get your CareWatch for free. Call us to get your CareWatch right now.
800-853-8931. 800-853-8931. 800-853-8931. That's 800-853-8931.
I've got a question for you. Do you want a lower car payment just by making a phone call? You know, most people buy a car and they pay whatever the car dealer says their interest rate is, and they forget about it and make payments. But did you know there is a secret in your contract that allows another company to refinance any car payment to try and lower it? It's true. There is indeed a company out there that knows the ins and, more importantly, the outs on car loans, and they know how to lower your current car payments. It's easy and fast, and you could have a lower car payment next month. Make this free call right now and find out if you could lower your existing car payment. Call the Car Savings Hotline right now. The call is free.
Call now. 800-605-1680. 800-605-1680. 800-605-1680. That's 800-605-1680.
Okay, let's have a little fun. Do you use the expensive blue pill to perform better? Are you thinking about it? So what if we can promise you results for less than $1 a pill? Okay, so these same pills can cost you $30 or more at a pharmacy. And our Better Blue Pill works for less than $1 a pill. You'll save $29 or more per pill. And right now, we'll give you 120 blue pills for just $99. Have a little fun and call right now. Get 120 of our Better Blue Pills for just $99. Don't overpay for the other blue pills. Call Steel Man Pills right now and get the Better Blue Pill for less than $1 a pill. Call 1-800-BUY-BLUE, 1-800-BUY-BLUE. It's easy to remember. 1-800-BUY-BLUE. That's 1-800-BUYBLUE. And thanks for calling.
Now, more of Ring Talk with Pedro Fernandez.
You know what? As long as she fights in 135 pounds, I don't care if she's injecting a horse demon into her eyeballs.
Okay, Bailey's trying to remind me that Ronda Rousey is making a bit of a comeback. She's going to be doing her thing with the WWE again. Of course, that's when she was with the UFC back in the day. And, of course, man, all I can say is that, Ronda did real well until she ran into Holly Holm. I'll never forget what Holly Holm told me before the fight. I'm going to knock her out. And, of course, Holly Holm did knock her out. And Holly Holm, 39, 40, 55 years old. She's still fighting. She should retire, no doubt about that. You are tuned to Ring Talk Live Worldwide. In the studio, we are honored, of course, to have the presence of the British boxing here. Ryan Garcia is #1 fan. I'm talking about Bearded Rabbits. And now, Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. Did Mario win a minute of a round?
No, he didn't really do anything, did he?
Did he
didn't-
try?
I think he tried, but I think he's whatever he had. I don't think he had much of it left. So.
But see, what you guys, I think you non-boxers and guys who don't, is that realize there's a chance for you to win every fight if you make the chance. In other
Yeah.
words, you have to step across that line of danger.
He was
You
too slow, wasn't he?
No, but I'm still trying to say is you still have to step across that line of danger, even if it means stepping right down the pike. You got to, you know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
got to make some sacrifices at some point in time in order to win. He never made a sacrifice. He never even tried. I mean, I felt bad because Joe Goosen, I love Joe Goosen. Goosen was in his corner. In fact, I thought maybe the Goosen factor would play a role. In fact, both Goosen, when Goosen had Ryan Garcia against Tank Davis,
Yeah.
I thought the Joe Goosen factor would be enough to maybe pull him over in that fight. But then Joe told me later that training Ryan Garcia was a collaboration of his father,
Yeah.
Ryan, and Joe too. So because I couldn't handle three
Yeah,
people
yeah.
training one guy.
Yeah. I think Garcia's kind of all over the place, isn't he? As you know, that's what I think.
But it looked like he was in pretty damn good shape for this last fight. He didn't look winded at all.
No, he's in shape, but he's still pretty one-dimensional, I think. I mean, this time he was just slapping the right hand over the top, and it worked for him.
You
But
know what though? But here's what's up. So you call him one-dimensional because before he was nothing but a left hooker.
yeah, but
No.
the other thing is-
You can't go from a left hooker to throwing right hands all night.
But he's pretty basic, isn't he? He's got great hand speed, great power, good eye-hand coordination. But when it comes to actually putting his punches together, and once he didn't get him out of there early, he didn't really do much, did he?
I don't think he tried too hard to get him out of there. He should have stepped on the gas a little bit more.
Yeah. And Barrios was there to be taken because Barrios was kind of sharp a few
I
years
could have
ago.
beat Marios that night.
Yeah, you might have been able to.
Yeah, but you know what? In fact, if they schedule a fight right now, I'd be favored. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
that's how.
definitely faded.
He was horrible.
Yeah, he didn't look good. And a few years ago, he was a pretty sharp fighter,
But
but
still, well, here's what's up: when you're in against a guy that's better than you, and you have to make these sacrifices or risks. You have to
Yeah.
take risks. You have to take risks. Sometimes you step on a guy's foot. Sometimes you jump on him the wrong way. Sometimes you hit him with a borderline blow. In other words, you got to do something in order to try
Rough him
to
up a little.
rough him up and upset the apple cart. This thing. We never tried to do that. Of course, Ryan rolled all night. Now let's talk about last night's card with Adames. Back to we talked about it a little bit earlier, but Adames was very impressive at 160 pounds to me. He was.
yeah, he's a good fighter. I mean, I think he beat Shiraz as well, which Shiraz is looking great now. So.
Shiraz has. How can you say he looked great when the last time we saw him was in July of last year when he stopped Berlanga at 5 rounds? When you don't fight in a year, I'll say it
Was
again.
it that long ago?
It is July 12th. So tell me this, the current state of boxing, I keep asking this question over and over again. Nobody can answer it. But when in the history of anything has doing less made you better?
Yeah, no. I mean, they like to talk more. I mean, the social media thing is that they talk more than they fight. So they fight once, twice a year.
Who
and
started this? Bill
talk
Haney?
the rest of the time. Bill, yeah, he likes to talk too. But there's way too much talk. Lots of threats thrown back and forth. I mean, back in the day, you never even saw the weigh-in. You didn't see anyone talk. You didn't hear anything. You just saw the fights.
Well, I did. I went to the weigh-ins.
Well,
Because, that was
But they
sort
weren't
of cool.
televised.
I remember
were they?
I saw Andre Ward, the son of God, use the F word one time
Really, it's kind of a
against
shock.
Michael Kessler over there in London, England, in Oakland, California.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
did Andre really, the son of God really use the F word? Ali used the F word against Holmes.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, when they were like, I'm gonna F you up or something like that. Right before the fight started, I'm saying to myself, man, what are these guys out of their mind? Of course, Ali had CT. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
what about Hatton in the CT? Does that surprise you at all?
Not really. I mean, when you think about it, Hatton wasn't in many wars. He won most of his fights. He overwhelmed guys, and he didn't get beaten up much. Mayweather didn't really beat him up. He got
No.
cleanly knocked out against Pacquiao. So I think maybe the drinking and the way he trained might be a bad combination. And he had 48, 50 fights. So, but he was never beaten up too much. So who knows? All that sparring, maybe.
More guys get hurt in the gym than they do in fights.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's
yeah.
where Muhammad Ali took most of the beatings.
You do
in
way,
the gym.
way
'Cause
more
after-
rounds, don't you? So
What? You do the rounds, and Ali would lay on the ropes and let those guys throw.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
whoa.
But I mean, if you're going to have 45, 50 fights, you shouldn't be drinking in between each one. That's for sure. So,
Okay. Zurdo Ramirez and David Benavidez. I think David Benavidez is the best fighter, pound for pound, bar none in the world. Why am I wrong?
I wouldn't necessarily say you're wrong. Nobody's proven you wrong yet, so nobody's beaten him. But I would
But
just-
nobody. But
he's
but,
top 10 for me.
All right, but time out. Canelo ducked him. Will you admit that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's no
And
doubt.
Dimitri Bivol got a doctor's note.
I think
Come on, man.
2 fights in a row with
He got a
Beterbiev.
doctor's note.
I'd probably want a doctor's note after 2 fights with Beterbiev.
Well, no.
I-
Bivol didn't fight Benavidez twice.
No,
did
he fought Beterbiev twice, and I think
I
after
know,
that,
but he got a doctor's note.
he probably needs
That's
a
a
break.
puss.
That's probably he had an injury.
He,
so I think we're
oh,
both scared
man.
of
All right,
Beterbiev.
so why didn't he say, you know what, I will fight him at a certain time? He didn't say that either.
I think he has said that. Yeah, he's never said he doesn't want to fight him.
I don't know. Too many.
I
Hey,
wouldn't guarantee Benavidez beats Bivol by any means.
he
Yeah,
licks
yeah.
him like a stamp.
I don't think.
He beats him
I'm
down.
not saying he won't.
He's
beat him,
going to
but
beat Zurdo down, too. Zurdo's lunch.
He's going to beat Zurdo.
Zurdo's too big, too slow.
Yeah, Zurdo's just kind of he's all action, isn't he? But he's not much.
Oh,
not much thought to what he
Zurdo's all
does.
girth. I mean, I saw a picture of him. They had the stare down. He must have been 225, 230,
He's a big
maybe
dude,
240
yeah.
pounds.
He's a big dude. He doesn't think much when he fights, does he? Benavidez is more of a thinker than Zurdo, so I think Benavidez will be will pick him apart.
Listen, I saw David at the Ryan Garcia fight a few weeks ago, a month to be exact, 4 weeks I think. Anyway, he was trimmer than I ever seen him in my life because usually he gets flabby between fights and this and that. He
Yeah,
does,
yeah,
he
yeah.
sort of gets himself. Not this time. He looked really focused. He looked really on the ball.
I
Okay?
wonder what he weighs at this point then, because he's got to pack on 25 pounds, isn't he? So
No, you know what he said to me? He goes, "I don't have to pack on the weight if I don't have to."
coming at 190 or something, 195.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he'll still win, I think.
All right, so who's the best fighter in the world if it isn't David Benavidez?
I think Inoue still is at this point, but I think Bam is on his way to becoming the best fighter in the world. I think
Okay,
he's right
who's
there.
the most boring fighter in the top 10 pound for pound? Shakur Stevenson?
the top 10 pound. Yeah, you could argue that. I don't find him boring. I think he's a super skilled guy, but yeah, if you're looking for all action, he's probably the least action.
But
So-
don't you think that last night proved that we need action? And if you put Shakur Stevenson's fight on versus the main event last night between Adames
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Williams, I mean,
Yeah,
99.9 everybody but Shakur Stevenson's family is going to be watching the other fight.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But Pernell Whitaker wasn't the most exciting, but he was a fantastic fighter.
Pernell was a little bit different.
He was He was meaner. So,
He was ghetto.
yeah, he was meaner than
Here's
Shakur.
another guy that drank a lot. He was
Yeah,
a big time
yeah,
drinker. In
I
fact,
can
you
tell
know,
you.
I didn't write about it. I didn't write about it. What I could have wrote about it back in the day when he was in his prime. He would drink to the point where his sparring partners would smell all this booze on him.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
that surprised me, but that goes to show how much he could have done if he wasn't a drinker.
and that and blow.
So,
He was he was in the blow. I remember
Yeah,
there was that
he-
one phone call, that 911 call. Of course, and his girlfriend calls him, and her ex-wife goes, "Yeah, his name is Pernell." She snitched him off. She goes, "It's Pernell Whitaker, and I think he's doing cocaine." I mean, on the phone, and this call's being recorded. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Yeah,
Pernell. That was a couple years before he died. Of course, you know he died, right?
he got run over, didn't he?
No, he stepped in front of a car.
Yeah.
There's a difference between getting run over by a car and stepping in front of a car. Do you agree?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
You know, come on, man.
I didn't know the
You
details.
get run over by a car.
By
It's
a
like
car,
some guy dogged you down in a crosswalk or something. But you step out drunk in front of a car at night,
Yeah.
brought that spit on
It
yourself.
happens. Yeah, I didn't know the ins and outs of it. But
You know,
yeah.
he against De La Hoya though, he got robbed.
Yeah, I
I thought he was robbed.
Whittaker
I thought he won that
fell
night.
out.
Of course, the Golden Boy was backed by the boxing establishment that night.
It was a
and-
close fight, though.
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
close.
but he knocked De La Hoya down. I thought he won.
Yeah.
And then I remember afterwards it was Bob Arum's stepson. I can't think of his name right now. DeBuff, Todd DeBuff, right?
Yeah.
He's in an elevator with me, and he wasn't doing that night. He wasn't doing blow that night. But that was the guy I told you that I monitored on ringside.
Yeah.
And he hit his nose 40 times in 4 rounds.
Okay.
10 times a round. Now, I don't know about you, but if you got the sniffles, if you need to do that 10 times in a round, you either got bad allergies
Something going on. Yeah.
or there's some cocaine involved, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, some Colombian dust. So I called him out on it. He did this for an Eric Morales fight. He hit his nose like 40 times in 4 rounds. I was watching him instead of the fight. You know what I'm saying? To prove to myself, to prove to everybody, this guy had a blow problem.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
enough of the blow problem.
Yes, my nose.
So Hannoi's good right now. Of course, we've also got the heavyweight Oleg Usyk going to take on the kickboxer. Are you down with that?
I think if anyone deserves an easy fight, it's Usyk. But at the same time, I'd like to see him fight Caballero. I think that guy deserves his shot.
KBL, but KBL's fought less than Bailey. I mean, he fights like once every 9 years.
He fought recently, though.
Yeah, but recently, but before that, he hadn't fought in a while.
But he's been fighting really good fighters and getting rid of them. They're undefeated guys, too.
Yeah, but here's what's up. I think he's stone cold avoided. I think there's a lot of avoidance.
Usyk doesn't want those body punches.
Usyk never liked the body punches. Who hit him in the
No.
body and hurt him?
A few people have. I've seen it in the amateurs.
Well, who was
and,
the guy that really hurt him? And they called it a low blow.
Oh, that was Dubois. Yeah, and that was borderline, I'd say. Yeah. Yeah.
That was he got the benefit of
but
he got the benefit
Caballero-
of the doubt there.
Yeah, you could argue that, I think. But Caballero attacks the body. He goes for the body and forgets the head. So I don't think Usyk wants any of that. What's he now? 37, 38, 39? He doesn't want any of that.
What do we do? What are we doing at light heavyweight now? Is there a light heavyweight that jumps out of you, 175 pounder? Did you? By the way, I want to mention the fact that according to the latest stats, the average American woman weighs 170 pounds now. So the average American female in this country is a light heavyweight. Go on.
Yeah. What was the question?
Who's the best light heavyweight in the world?
Bivol.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, you could argue Benavidez.
You think he's better?
I wouldn't want to pick either one of them. I think Beterbiev at this point now he's inactive. He's probably
Benavidez's older. Man, he's older than me.
He needed to fight. He's
older than Jack LaLanne.
But didn't somebody pull out on a fight with him recently? I think he was going to fight.
Beterbiev? I thought he
Somebody-
was injured. He wasn't fighting anymore.
No.
See, it's your guy, Dimitri Bivol. He got the doctor's note.
Yeah, he got the doctor's note. But yeah, they were supposed to have the third fight. But
Man,
then
I never
Beterbiev
got
was
a- I
lined up
never
to
got a
fight somebody
doctor's
else.
note in my life, man. I should have got a doctor. I remember that for that Juan Rodriguez fight. I remember my parents. Listen, here's a good one, Barry. I beat this guy up in the gym so bad that if we were gay, they would have arrested me for domestic violence. I mean, that's how bad it was. So I abused him in the gym, and his name was Juan Rodriguez. I give him all the props in the world, right? So anyway, they want to fight me. And you gotta be kidding me, right? I'm laughing because I knocked him down in the gym with a body shot.
Okay.
Just abused him. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway, we fight over in Oakland. They beat the snot out of me. In 2 rounds, the fight was over. I got knocked down twice. I got up the second time. Referee said, "You want him what?" No, I had it done. Right. So that was his claim to fame, the whole 9 yards. But the bottom line was, I was so confident from beating him in the gym that I could beat him in the real ring, and I couldn't.
Yeah, well, it's a different thing, isn't it? Yeah. Smaller gloves and the pressure, the lights, and the people watching.
Okay, so who wins, Nanoa Inoue or Hunter Nakatani?
I've always fancied Inoue that because I think Nakatani gets hit too much. And when you get hit clean by Inoue, you're not going to last. So it'd be a bit of war, though, I think.
You interested in going to the International Boxing Hall of Fame in June?
Possibly, I'd have to think about it. I don't know.
It's in upstate Albany, New York. If you want to go out, I think I'd fly out with you.
Okay.
You
We'll
got your own.
have
You
a
got
think
the
about
private
it.
jet
I've
still on,
got to
right?
see
You
with
still
work.
got the private jet?
I do, yeah.
You know, let me tell you,
I've flown
Barry's
for a
got.
while.
Barry, let me tell you what kind of connections Barry's got before we go to the break. He's got Bruno Mars's old jet. He bought Bruno Mars's jet. So I mean,
true,
I
it's
kid you
true.
not. I mean, he shows up here. He never drives.
I don't like to talk about it.
Never drives. Chauffeur driven. I want to thank you so much for coming in this week.
Hey, no problem. Always a pleasure.
Always
a
agree,
pleasure.
man. It's always good to see you.
Yeah, it's always fun.
So pound for pound, who's the best fighter in boxing?
Inoue at the moment.
And who's must-watch TV? Give me 3 fighters that are must-watch TV besides Inoue.
Oh, jeez. Off the top of my head.
Bam Rodriguez.
Yeah, Bam for sure.
David Benavidez.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
Let's
I
roll
would
to a
agree.
break. I got him. Straight up, you are tuning to Ring Talk Live Worldwide.
I know that you want me, Lord have mercy. I'm holding in my hand the American Silver Eagle dollar. It's a beautiful piece of American history, and it's 1 ounce of silver. Originally minted in 1986, these coins are a beautiful classic piece of American history, and they're a great investment you should add to your portfolio. The beauty of silver is that however much you have available to invest, silver is affordable and easy to acquire, with one coin costing around $30. So, if you choose to invest a few thousand in silver, you can get quite a bit for your money, and you'll have a tangible asset that you can hold, one you can be proud to own. Claim your piece of American history with American Silver Eagle dollars. Call the Silver Hotline right now.
800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. 800-620-1624. That's 800-620-1624.
If you've got a property that you've been trying to sell and you've tried almost everything, I want to tell you about something that you haven't tried yet. You're going to think this offer is too good to be true, but it's not. Thousands of customers have sold their homes in any condition with Need to Sell My Home. This is a real opportunity from a highly rated company that buys homes all over the country. Did you know it's possible to sell your home right over the phone with no real estate commissions and no pesky open houses? Plus, every offer is a cash offer with no mortgage holdups. To find out how much you can sell your home or property for, call now. Take 5 minutes of your time and call for this 100% free quote to sell your home.
800-430-0674. 800-430-0674. 800-430-0674. That's 800-430-0674.
If you're serious about investing in gold or silver, Allegiance Gold will give you an additional $5,000 in free gold to add to your portfolio. They can help you buy any amount of gold or silver, even roll over your current IRA into gold. They've helped thousands invest millions in gold over the years, with prices that are some of the best in the industry, with fees that are fair, reasonable, and transparent. Protect your wealth with gold. Save on your gold or silver pricing when you buy from the top-rated Allegiance Gold. Invest in gold or silver today by calling Allegiance for your free gold guide. And learn about the $5,000 free gold offer with qualified purchase. Call now.
800-413-1937. 800-413-1937. 800-413-1937. That's 800-413-1937.
Now, more of Ring Talk with Pedro Fernandez.
Okay, I sort of blew it on the last segment. I've been blowing it today, and well, at least I don't blow it on my knees. Straight up, you are tuned to Ring Talk Live Worldwide. You're inside looking at the world of boxing. Of course, Barry's still here. Barry Rabbits, of course, the British boxing here, and I've got to ask him some questions before I leave. Zuffa has signed with Sky Sports. Of course, I'm talking about Dana White Boxing, but Matchroom, Top Rank, and Queensbury have all signed with the Zone. Now, remember a couple years ago, Aram said the Zone was a piece of crap, this and that, but he had no TV, so at least Bob Aram's alive still.
Yeah, oh yeah. And it's a great thing that these guys are all signing together.
Well, do you think that's going to make...
I think Zuffa's a catalyst for all
What does that
this.
do for the sport of boxing?
Well, yeah, they're going to match their guys up. I think they're going to band together, aren't they, to keep old Dana White out, which is good with me.
You know, I have an attorney that says that Dana White could do some good for the sport of boxing by bringing in younger fans and this and that.
He'll turn it into a gimmick. I think he's a gimmicky guy, isn't he? He doesn't know boxing.
You know what I think he might do? I think he might end up trying to make his sport of boxing a little bit more exciting than current boxing by making the gloves smaller.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
Why not a probably good idea? Because women can't punch, so why can't you give them the opportunity to make the gloves a little smaller?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the gloves are the right size. I don't think that's going to change anything. Yeah.
Bottom line is you're not a Dana White fan.
No, really, no.
Okay. I do want to mention this before I let you go. According to Joe Kazumi, Saito beat Saito for the Japanese 135-pound belt. The only Saito I ever knew from Japan was Masa Saito. He won the 1964 Olympic gold medal as a wrestler, and of course he was a pro wrestler right here at the Cow Palace. He was the guy that threw salt at us. I mean, yeah, imagine that. We're like come and go. He would actually throw salt at the crowd.
Yeah. Okay. That was his thing, was it?
Yeah, but it was cool. It was cool back in. It was
the guy that used to throw roses or something into the crowd.
And that was Gorgeous George.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Gorgeous George, I think, straight
Okay.
up. But yeah, but this guy used to throw salt at everybody. Straight up, this has been another edition of Ring Talk Live, or why some call it ragged, but the bottom line is had a great show, 2 hours of Ring Talk coming to you from the Sports Byline Studios. The impeccable one is in the other room. Of course, he is our impeccable producer, week in and week out, Mr. Bailey Peck. I want to thank Mr. Barry Roberts for coming in, almost pushing him up to doctor as well. Of
Kinda
course,
like that.
and hour number one, we had the guy that's causing us problems. Of course, we've been notified by the law offices of Haagen-Dazs that we have to use a Tommy D name in another element. So straight up that and more next week on Ring Talk Live Worldwide. Ring Talk is a production of Sports Byline.
Not just all right.